Hi, I'm Parente from Golf Laboratories, and I would like to talk to you today about how to swing your irons. We're going to generalize and talk about two different types of swings, sweeping versus digging. And what do I mean by that? The average amateur is more of a sweeping swing, and a sweeping swing is a swing that comes across. A digging swing is more of a tour player. And if you see these toupee-sized divots that most tour players take with their irons, that's because they're digging into the turf. Now, what does that mean for the player? A sweeping swing has more of a neutral attack angle coming into impact. A digging swing has a much steeper attack angle, and the ball comes in at an angle in which it rolls up the face because the club head is coming almost straight down on the ball. What the resulting ball flights are for a sweeping player, the ball will have a tendency of launching higher and spinning less, and with the same club head speed, have relatively the same distance. A digging swing, the club will come down steeper, the ball will launch lower and spin more. Now, the reason that tour players like digging swings is their belief is that weather is one of the greatest variables that they're trying to overcome or control, and they feel by launching the ball low and spinning it at the end, the ball stays out of the wind. Whereas when you're using the natural loft of the club head, you're launching the ball higher, spinning it less, and you're more susceptible to the wind. Now, here's my tip for the average player. I have a tendency of recommending sweeping swings. And remember, there are some players on the tour that sweep as opposed to dig, as opposed to a digging swing. And here's why. When you miss, which we all do, with a sweeping swing, what happens is your ground contact, and the way you know you're a sweeper is when you hit the ball, only a few blades of grass are disturbed. You're not taking a lot of turf. What happens is when you miss, your misses have a tendency of only being directional, because as the club head comes through, it is sweeping across and it's coming from open to close. When you dig, you're coming steep, your margin of error can be tenths of an inch. If you're too early, you hit behind the ball, and by hitting behind the ball, you dig into the turf, and the ball will have a tendency of dropping 30–40% of its distance. And if you're too late, you'll hit the top of the ball will take off and actually travel 20–30 yards past its intended target. The timing of a digging swing is much more accurate than it is of a sweeping swing. And not only can you affect direction, but you can also affect distance. So my recommendation as you're starting out is to be more of a sweeper, and you'll find that you can have more consistent golf shots. If you decide to go to a digger swing, be prepared to practice a lot, because you're going to need to be a lot more accurate.